Oh, radical!
Well, hello everyone, what is going on? It is the Almighty Geoff and we are here with episode 1 of The Simpsons Hit and Run. Oh my goodness, I am really excited to play this game through with you guys. This is genuinely one of the greatest games of all time, which I'm sure anybody who's ever played this game can confirm to you. Obviously, it doesn't really match with most of the other games I've been playing this channel, usually more. I think the lowest we've gone is probably about a 15. Plus with like the Batman games, but yeah, this is just a bit of fun, you know, for me and hopefully for you guys too. We have just been playing through some really, you know, nerve-wracking horror games, so this is just sort of like my mini break in between, but it is equally as entertaining and hilarious and generally just a fun time to go through, so I hope you guys enjoy it with me. I'll explain more as we go through, but for now, let's start up a new game. So let's see what's going to happen.
Hey! I'm endorsing a new cola, kids! And this one isn't poisonous to anybody!
That we know of.
New and improved Buzz Cola is made from only the finest sugars and waters. Plus, it has a special ingredient, too hot for the FDA. It'll give you the get up and go you need to do all the pathetic stuff you have to do. Try new improved Buzz Cola.
Cola. Must get Buzz Cola.
Okay, so the game is basically built off a very minor plot. You can do tutorials, they'll usually show up in this time, but I think I've cancelled them in a previous playthrough, so it doesn't matter. But it's basically an open world Springfield. It's been compared quite a lot to like a children's version of Grand Theft Auto. Well, not necessarily children's version, because obviously The Simpsons is quite a universally loved show. Well, it was, I should say. But yeah, this is obviously going to be a 100% playthrough, as is the case with every game I do. I don't expect it's going to be that long a Let's Play. It isn't that long a game. Plus, I've finished this game so many times. Yeah, basically, I know what I'm doing. So let me just walk you through, guys, what we will be doing for 100%. If we go down to level progress, you can see every level has 7 story missions, 1 bonus mission, 3 street races, 7 collector cards, 3 character clothing, 5 vehicles, 20 WASP cameras, and then a differing level of amount of gags. That just sort of depends what level that you're doing for that. So we're going to do all of those. That's basically, there's not really much in terms of things that you could do aside from that. It does sort of walk you through doing everything to get 100%. Now, it was destroying that swing there, that was one of the gags. And all the gags sort of have like these, this blue sort of, I don't know what it is. But yeah, so there are 15 of those. And these are collector cards. Okay, what are you staying on? Homer. Okay. There we go. There's the homemade football. So a lot of these gags are references to the TV show, of course. and they'll give you a gold coin, which gold coins are going to be a thing that, yeah, we definitely need them. I'll walk you through the collector cards as we get them, because they do actually reference actual episodes. Obviously, I think this game came out in 2003, so yeah. So it'll be episodes prior to that, but this is obviously from Homer at Bat. The pet project Homer is forced to abandon so he can work on his magic bat. And it'll show up with a quote at the bottom from characters in the episode, so obviously that's from Lenny and Carl. So, yeah. There's a lot to sort of explain that I'm just sort of taking for granted at this point because of the amount of times I played through this game. But, yeah, so like I said, coins are used to purchase, I think, 3 vehicles per level. There's a gag down there, which is the Flanders bomb shelter from, I think, Bart's Comet is the episode that shows up in. But yeah, so there are 3 character clothings and 3 vehicles in every level that you purchase with coins. The other 2 vehicles got one from going bonus races, those street races, and the other one is from a bonus mission. So obviously you just saw that we destroyed a Buzz Cola crate. Those are some ways of getting a lot of them, of coins in one go. So I'm going to try to mix up doing actual story missions and doing the side stuff, which, like, sometimes if I'm just playing this casually, I'll usually just go around the map, do all the side stuff, and then just do all the missions at the end. Just to mix it up, I'm probably going to do, like, sort of like an area. So I'm going to do around the Evergreen Terrace bit, and then we'll do a mission, and then we'll just sort of follow it along, and then just clear out new areas as we head to new missions. So yeah, so there's another swing. It's identical to the last one, but it's fine. And these WASP cameras, as you saw in the introductory cinematic, where Homer destroyed it, these are sort of like well, there's 20 of them in every level. They do get explained later on in the story. Right now they're just sort of a nuisance. They will, if you let them, if you give them enough time, they'll shoot at you. And you might lose some coins. You can pick them up again, but yeah, they do pack a lot of coins, and obviously all the destruction contributes to 100%, so you should take care of them as we go through. Now, we'll deal with Marge in just a second. In fact, in level 1 there's a tutorial mission, which is this one we're about to do, and then there's 7 missions after it, so this one doesn't actually count, but there's a gag with the TV here. So just make sure you grab that. Although we will be coming back in this house a couple of times, just make sure that we've done everything in the area. Alrighty, let's talk to Marge and start up the first mission.
Homie, somebody ate every dessert in the house. I need you to run to the store and pick up some of that ice cream with the miniature pies in it.
Well, it must have been one of our kids. Probably Millhouse.
Okay. The Cola Keeper, go to the Kwik-E-Mart and purchase some ice cream and cola.
Piece of cake. Cake.
Alright. So, obviously, there are different ways you can go about this. You can just go along the main roads, but roads are boring. Alternatively, you can take shortcuts. Those wrenches will fix your car if you damage it. But usually when you see those crusty glass panes, it means it's a shortcut, so you can drive through. This one is easy. There's no timer. There's no actual...
Look, that wasn't part of the deal.
You know, there's no actual threat to the mission. It's just literally a tutorial.
Hey, Apu, give me a cola and I need another bucket of ice cream with mini pies.
What happened to the ice cream with mini pies your wife bought this morning?
Oh, I probably ate it. I don't remember stuff too good.
Congratulations, Homer. Mission complete. Go back home and talk to Mom to start the next mission.
Okay, so yeah, that's literally all there is to the tutorial mission. Okay, Krusty's having fun over there. So we've got a couple of gangs in here. So this is Frustilicus, which I think is from Lisa the Vegetarian, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, a few of these gangs, I mean, I've seen quite a lot of The Simpsons, especially the earlier stuff. So I know most of the gangs. Won't know all of them, so if I do miss them and we've got any Simpsons fans in the audience that want to correct me on things, then feel free to do so. And lastly we have this Larry the Looter, which is just a cinematic, really. I'm not actually in control of this. Alright, so that's everything covered in here. The only other thing are these outfits. which is the 3 character clothing that you need to buy for 100%. Although in later levels, I think 3, 4, and 5, level 3, 4, and 5 out of 7, you need to purchase one as part of the story, but in these you don't have to. So I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to spend this episode with Thomas' default clothing, and then hopefully, depending on how long it's going to take us to get through the level, which it might not take us in... I doubt it's going to take us 4 episodes. Oh, well done. I should be able to show them all off to you and give them all a bit of time rather than just buying it then buying the next one. So, yeah. So, whilst we're here, let's just do some exploring around the Kwik-E-Mart. So we should have another card up here, I believe. Yep, Crab Juice, which is from the State of New York versus Homer Simpson, which is the sort of controversial one that got pulled because it heavily features the Twin Towers, and then obviously after 9/11, like, there's a whole thing. City of New York versus Homer Simpson, yeah. So, when given a choice between crab juice and a certain sugary soft drink, Homer chooses the crab juice at several cans of it. Unfortunately, there's no nearby bathroom. So yeah, so that's the thing when he goes into the towers, and then, yeah, I understand why they pulled it, but yeah, it's just one of them things. So we'll check around the gas station as well. So if we jump on this, we can get on top and take out another wasp camera. We can get back onto the roof and we'll just clear these random couple of things. I don't think there's any other wasps. No, that's it. I understand, probably for someone who's never played this game is kind of wondering what the hell's going on. It's sort of weird to put myself in a mindset of not knowing what I'm doing because of the amount of time. I've been playing this game since it came out in 2003. I originally had it on the PS2. And then I got it for the PC, I think about a couple of years ago, maybe, just because I fancied coming back to it, and then by now, I think my sister has my PS2, and I still want to play this game. So, I decided to get it for the PC, and it's actually much better quality. And obviously, now I can record it as well, because I just use OBS rather than having to find a weird software that'll record PS2 games. But if I do decide to play any other sort of, in inverted commas, childhood classics after this, and they're not on the PC, then I could always use an emulator. So, but obviously that remains to be seen how well this series does on my channel. But hopefully, you know, you guys enjoy this sort of thing. We left another one of... Oh, did we? No. Hang on, I think we've got everything around here. So, yeah, okay. So we've done around here, and we'll head back and do the next mission. Now this music is just like so iconic with my childhood. I love it. But yeah, so that's basically how we're going to be doing it. Basically, if a game takes us to a new area, we'll do like that in the close area and grab all that for collectibles and then head back for missions just so we can divide it up nicely. So let's talk to Madge for the first proper mission.
Homie, Lisa left for school without her science project. Can you get it to her?
Oh, do I have to?
You can drop it off on the way to work.
And I have to go to work?
Unfortunately. Pre-quarantine days. So you have SMRT, race Principal Skinner to the school and give Lisa a science project. So most of the missions don't really make sense. Like, I don't understand why you'd end up in like a race with Principal Skinner, but you know, it's aimed at children. This game, really, it's a 7+, I think. So you can kind of forgive it for being a little bit weird in that sense, but it's genuinely widely considered to be one of the best games of this generation. And it'll usually come up when you see polls about games people want remastered. Simpsons Hit and Run is usually quite high up on that list. Right, so it's pretty easy. But obviously, like the whole of level 1 is generally quite easy, and then when you get to like level 5, 6, and 7, definitely have some stinkers. We've got another couple of gags in here. Should have probably... Actually, no, we'll talk to Lisa first, because the glaring music means I didn't really hear that gag.
Where's the gallbladder?
I got hungry and it was a fig.
It was modeling clay.
No.
By the way, Dad.
Burns and Smithers in the
Mom
background.
called. She says she needs to talk to you at home before you go to work.
Oh! We're number one. We're number one.
Okay.
Remain calm, students. All is well in the school. My authority as principal is total.
Okay, and then we got a fire extinguisher over here as well. These aren't gags that you get credit to 100% for, but
Shouldn't you be in class? Leave me alone. I'm calibrating the protractors. Please, I'm busy installing asbestos right now. Go to Shelbyville and steal me some math books. Shouldn't you be in class?
okay, yeah. So it's just sort of weird stuff. You know, I will get my outfit because it's like I said, I doubt it's going to take 4 episodes, and let's show them all off. So we'll get the casual outfit, which obviously isn't a reference to any specific episode. It's just Homer in underwear. Okay. So while we're here, we'll do around the school into the collectibles. Now we've got this race that we'll get to in a second. But first of all, when we come round back, there's quite a few things to pick up here, including another wasp, I think. Yeah. Cool. There's Willy over there, just patrolling the grounds. Right, okay, and there are a couple of things on top of the
I found my lost nut
school as well as this
Find it.
thing over here. Now, if you destroy like boxes or the vending machines whilst you're in a car, then all the coins will immediately go towards you. So it's a pretty cool way of clearing them up. A lot easier. But a cool thing about these boxes and the way you can sort of exploit them if you need extra coins is you can hit them 3 times before they explode. So you can sort of do that, grab the coins and then reload the mission and then come back. It's only when you destroy them that they won't show back. Now, I will be using that when we get to around level 4. I think that's the time that, what if you get all like the coins and things as you go through. It's only at that point when it'll become an issue to actually buy everything because you won't actually have enough coins. But for like the first 3 levels we should be able to do it pretty easily, so I'm not going to use the exploit until we actually need to. But that should clear the roof. Alright, sweet. So we've got a couple more things
Never.
down this way.
Again.
We'll go as far as this tower over here. Now, some of the levels well, actually all of the levels we'll be coming back to at later points, but we'll be coming back to this level, which is just sort of the Evergreen Terrace region, 3 times. Like I said, there are 7 levels in the game, 3 unique areas, so we'll be going to unique area in level 1, 2 and 3, and then revisiting them in later levels. So sometimes, like there, obviously there's a wasp camera up there, and I know in a future one there's a card up there, so we usually find something everywhere. But yeah, that's basically cleared up all of the coins and stuff. Now this is actually the only one of the races that isn't actually required 100%. This is a wager race I should say, and you just do this for coins, but I will be doing them as a sort of addition to the 100% as sort of a completionist thing. So what all you have to do with these is you have to race around the entire map in a certain time frame, and if you do it before the time, which obviously in this case is 3 minutes 15, you get a bonus selection of coins. Most of the time it's, well actually I think all the time, it's not actually worth it. It's a lot quicker to get your coins through exploiting the boxes, but just for the sake of doing them, I will be showing them to you guys, just so we can actually show you everything that can be done in this game. Well, so this will show you areas we've yet to explore. Oh, we nearly hit that then. Oh, damn. Well, that didn't go too well, but like I said, in this first level you get plenty of time. You can probably do this within about 2 minute 30 if you know what you're doing and you're an expert. And whilst I've played this game many times, I'm definitely not an expert at this game. There'll be definitely areas I'll be having issues, but yeah. And I know like all the shortcuts and everything, which sounds really like nerdy of me. But what can I say? I can't hold back the fact that I've played through this game to 100% probably about 15 times, and I've definitely finished the game like as a child before I was like a completionist gamer, probably about 20 times or something. I've played through this game like a lot. Like I think I'm fairly sure I know them all like from memory, like quite well. It might come to a point later on that I might like wonder where one of the lost cameras is. That's probably the only concern I might see myself having.
It was like that when I got here.
Yeah. Should be a fun time. Oh, damn. Stuck. But yeah, I am playing this game mostly as just therapy after playing Alien Isolation, because, man, that game was not taking any prisoners. So when I was going through that and I realised I've actually got a long string of horror games coming up after this, I was like, I need a break. 100%. So, yeah. So we've done the wager race for this chapter, so that's all good. Now, we did manage to grab all the coins on the way. I managed to grab the 2 boxes. Obviously, there's the one in front of that dumpster and the one that's next to the church. The only other thing that we've missed is this other race. Now, this is one of the ones that contribute to 100%. So in every level except level 7, you'll have to talk to Ralph, Milhouse and Nelson. They're all different races, and all of them are sort of their own race.
Son of the police chief.
This is the checkpoint one.
Those nice man ladies made me a race judge.
Sure thing, buddy. Alright, pass all the checkpoints and reach the finish line first. Don't destroy a vehicle. I know it says race 3, but you can do them in any order. So I just tend to do them as we encounter them.
Scratching myself, your history.
Okay. So you can take a little shortcut here. Now, with almost all the races in the game, with the checkpoint race and the lap race, which is the one with Nelson, which we've not done yet, obviously, you'll face against 2 vehicles that are just regular NPC vehicles in that particular chapter, and one of them, which is who'll usually be a main competition, is actually the next character you'll be playing as in the next level, and their signature vehicles. So obviously right now this is the family sedan and Homer we're with, and our main competition is Bart, and he's in the Honor Roller, which is what will be predominantly used in level 2. So there you go. This race, I believe it ends at the power plant, so it's not too long. And then I think I'm just gonna warp back to mission 2 because it's back at Evergreen Terrace. Because I think we've done quite a bit of collecting since that last mission, so yeah.
This is worse than when Jub Jub ate my cat.
Everyone sucks but me.
Very true, Homer. Very true. Okay, so the way you can mission warp, you just go to mission select, and then as soon as you click on the mission, it'll take you to where it starts. So yeah, plus I think we need to do more than just a couple of missions in this episode. So try and get us at least done about 2 or 3.
Go talk to Ned Flanders. He seems miffed and PO'd.
Why me? I'm the world's greatest neighbor. I even have a mug to that effect.
Okie dokie. So let's go and talk to Flanders. Come on, Hob. Do you have to get on the wrong side of the car?
I wish I had a
Alright, Ned, what do you want?
I'm all in a dither, Homer. So many of my possessions have disappeared. I called the police to find the culprit.
Culprit, eh?
My lawnmower, my cooler, my lawn chair, a family portrait, even Rod's inhaler. What kind of sick individual would take this stuff?
Oh no, I borrowed all of Flanders' stuff. Quick, think of an excuse to get out of here. Excuse me, I think I have to go shuck some corn.
Okay. Petty theft Homer. Collect all 6 of Ned's lost items before time runs out.
Let's do this thing.
Alright. Like I said, this one's pretty easy. Obviously, if it's your first time playing, you don't really know the controls, or you're a kid, obviously, like the intended audience. They can be pretty tricky. But when you know what you're doing, and you're not at all the target demographic, then it is pretty simple. Hi, Barney.
You remember that cooler I gave you for your birthday? Well, Flanders wants it back.
Now what will I use for a toilet?
Oh, Barney. Oh dear. Maybe an actual toilet. That might suit your needs much better. Alright. So I think that's the furthest out the collectibles go. You end up going back and then
Almost done. Now I need Flanders' stupid picture of his stupid fan.
this just goes to the Kwik-E-Mart. But the music for this game is superb. Like, there's so many memorable tracks, but that could just be nostalgia for
Last
me.
one. Now where did I leave Rod's stupid inhaler? Duh, on top of the dump truck. So long, suckers!
Alright. Very simple. That should be all of it, I think.
Now to return this stuff before the cops find me sitting around talking to myself.
Alright. I'll just go out to Flanders, and that's literally it for the mission. Oops, sorry. Alright, buddy. Don't look away from me.
Flanders, look! I found your missing stuff! Now, about the reward.
Thanks, neighbor Rooney. Here's your reward. A prayer from the Lord's #1 fan. Our Father in heaven, bless this noble oaf.
Stupid Flanders getting happiness from religion.
There we go. Easy peasy. Now this mission also starts here, but it don't actually... So it's sort of like a pre-cutscene, a bit like with the last one. So we'll get that started now as well.
Homer, you're late for work. And today's your workplace evaluation with Mr. Smithers.
Ah! You'll find my scorpion farm! Then where will my scorpions live? Only one person can help me. Lenny!
Alright. So Lenny's actually outside that, the Krusty Burger that we drove past in that last mission. So... there's a couple of other things that we can pick up on the way, notably outside the Wiggum, well, in the back of the Wiggum house, I should say, which is down this way. So here's a wasp and a collector card as well. Alright. Grab you. So we're doing quite well for ourselves. We're nearly at 1,000 coins already. But we've obviously still need to buy another 2 clothing and the 3 vehicles as well. So let's just go through that collector card. So that was the Mysterious Voyage of Homer. Grown in the jungle primeval by inmates of a South American insane asylum, these mercilessly hot peppers are the fuel for Homer's mystical journey to find his soulmate. I think I remember that one. That's where he's got like the big, like the sort of coyote voiced by Johnny Cash, if I'm not mistaken. Or could be getting mixed up with another episode. So yeah, so we'll get the odd couple of bits that are around the Krusty Burger, and then we'll do the mission.
Very good driver.
Okay. Yeah,
You do better.
reached 1,000.
Just a few more.
Alright, Lenny. We'll do this last mission and then we'll wrap up, I
Hey,
think.
Homer, how about a breakfast churro?
No time. Tell me where to find Mr. Smithers.
Yeah, I think I saw him at the Kwik-E-Mart. More breakfast churros for Lenny.
I'm gonna need a car with a little more junk in the trunk if I'm gonna take him out. I wonder if Barney still has the plow king.
Okay, so this is the first instance, I think the only time in this level that you have to buy something to complete the thing. So we're going to talk to Barney.
Barney, can I borrow the plow king?
Take what you want, sexy leprechaun. Just don't shoot me with that dart gun. Oh.
Whatever.
Okay, so this just costs 150 coins, which is nothing at this point. But it will start to add up as we go along, so... Office spaced. Destroy Smithers' car before he gets to the power plant. So it's... yeah. It is a piece of cake. So you just gotta go to the Kwik-E-Mart and stop Smithers, and that's literally all there is to the mission, so... It should be a pretty easy one to wrap up. Alrighty. Get out of my way.
Eat my dust, lousy, rotten, karmic retribution.
Okay, so this is the first destroy mission. So obviously in a car this this big, you can definitely do some damage. Come on. Smithers, no. Yeah, you've got a lot of time to destroy this car. You've got literally until he reaches the power plant, which obviously is quite a while away. Oh, I think I did more damage to us than him. He's nearly done. Plus he's very slow, so... Don't get out of the way! It should not take us this long. Come here, quick. Got him.
My convertible. I just waxed and undercoated.
That's what you get for
Explosion hit him into another yard. Yeah, nobody dies in this game, basically. At least not through your actions. So, don't have to worry about stuff like that. But I think that is where we're going to wrap up. I'm going to do one more thing, and let's just show you guys through the phone booth. Because obviously we've got a couple of vehicles now, so I can show you. So, obviously it'll show you basic stats, so speed for the family sedan is everything's quite perks for handling. And we've got the Plough King, obviously the speed's a bit better, acceleration, handling's a lot worse, but toughness is max. And then obviously you can use these statistics to better yourself with certain missions coming up, and these are the ones that are locked for this mission. So these two we purchase. This is from the bonus mission, and this is from winning all the races. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at our level progress. So we're at 39.9% already, basically 40%, and considering that we spent some time doing the tutorial mission, which didn't count, I think we should be, and also the wager race that didn't count as well, I think we should be okay finishing up in the next episode. I should hope so, anyway. So, yeah. I'm probably going to start the next episode by showing you guys the second outfit, which is the Moo from King Coma. And, yeah, we'll carry on through level 1. So, before we wrap up, let me thank my amazing patrons. My £5 plus patrons are Ron Hyler and Ever the Snake. You can find links to their channels as well as my other £3 plus patrons in the description down below. And on screen you'll see credits on my £1 plus patrons. Thank you so much everyone, it's truly appreciated and it goes a long way to help the channel, so I do thank you a lot for that. And if you wish to join us patrons, you can follow the link in the description down below to my Patreon page. But you don't have to do that because at the end of the day, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and also be sure to share the video. And I'll see you guys in episode 2. Bye guys.